I am going to speak and you are going to listen. Size Chat'a Micha. My colonial name is Seth Cardinal Dodging Horse. The ring road is built on my family's land. I lived on 210 Weaselhead Road. If you look straight down that way, you can see where my family's home was. People are going to be driving on my family's home. Today is not a good day. I woke up this morning to see my mother crying when she heard the news that this road was going to be opening. She wrote this letter in her frustration in 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to share it with you. Hello. I'm writing to share with you my Tsuut'ina Nation history. I grew up on the land 210 Weaselhead Road, which was the home of 5 generations of my Tsuut'ina grandmothers. I lived on the land that my Tsuut'ina great-grandmother, Winnie Bull Crowchild, grandmother Elsie Jacobs Bull, and my mother Ethel Jacobs grew up on. This is the land that I also grew up on, and I was intending for my future generations to preserve and hold. I have experienced the loss of agency, was made powerless, and finally I was invisible. There was a lack of inclusion to Tsuut'ina Nation Southwest Calgary Ring Road discussions for my family, and eventually I was told that I had no right to speak or negotiate anything. In 2014, we were forcibly removed from our homes and erased from any Tsuut'ina Nation supports or services. I was homeless. I was told by Tsuut'ina Nation Daryl Crowchild to go live in a hotel, and another provincial official, Ann Coffin, to take your family to a women's shelter. This happened when I was 20 years old. I am 26 years old now. Taza Crossing, west of 90th Avenue and Oak Ridge, where transportation connections are already in place, is intended to be a hub of health, wellness, and innovation, with a mix of commercial research and residential. So this is a quote for the developments that will be being built here. My mother said this future development also affects us directly. We lived here, we grew up here, we touched that land. The way this land was taken was not healthy nor well done. Again, it was hard to read your development plans. You left us out of Tsuut'ina Nation history. There continues to be a lack of inclusion in ceremony. I remember the day I woke up. In 2014, we moved. I remember the day driving to go to school, and I saw all the trees knocked down. These were the trees that I played in, that my Tsuut'ina grandmothers played in. I knew all the trails and all the animal trails. These trees used to connect over here. I played in them. On October 24th, 2014, Chief Roy Whitney said this about the Ring Road. It will be remembered as a historic day during the signing. Something that stuck out with me is while my family was moving and we were packing up 2 houses and we were told to keep quiet, the negotiations, the deal had been signed for the Ring Road, and my family, we were moving 2 homes and leaving our history, and people were shaking hands. Roy, this is what you said, and I remember it. Much will be lost. My heart, my compassion goes out to our members who will have to relocate and accommodate this project. I assure you and everyone that we will walk with you in the transition to a new place and a new life for your families. I did not see you walk with me anywhere for the past 6 years. I did not see anyone talk about the people that had to be moved. I need to share something that our chief bullhead, Chilla, said. To people that don't know Tsuut'ina history, it is also Calgary's history. In 1880, Chief Bullhead, for a few years, What he did was he fought for our own reservation and negotiated our own treaty with Calgary, which was just a fort at the time. And in 1883, us Tsuut'ina people came to this land to reside. This treaty ensured that we were protected. My treaty rights were never sold, and you can never take them. You may sell your own treaty rights, but you cannot take and sell mine. This is what Bullhead said. Ever since Tsuut'ina had been here, the city of Calgary had been pushing for the nation to surrender land. And this is what he had to say in regards to this. We don't want to quarrel about it. We don't want to sell. The reserve is just big enough for ourselves. But the white men are bothering us to give up our land. The treaty was made. We will try not to be cross about it. For the past 6 years, I have had to drive and see my home be destroyed and changed every single day. This is something that myself and my family has had to live with and endure. I don't think any of you will ever understand that. Have you ever felt upset in your local community when one of the trees was knocked down near your house? Have you ever felt upset when one of the houses were knocked down in your community, local familiar sites? Now imagine your home and your history being removed, all in the name of progress. I have had to watch for 6 years to see people say this economic development is bringing prosperity and it is bridging together two nations. But this isn't something. You can't build prosperity and you can't build relationships when you erase the women that came from this land. In my bag here, I have carried for the past 4 years dirt from my family's land. I did not touch that land for years. I did not look at it when I drove by. After I saw the trees knocked down and I saw my home moved, I did not look at it. I did not talk about it. I was silenced. After a few years, I finally went and I walked there at night alone by myself. And I walked there. And when I returned, I could not even remember any of the paths. It was all gone. It was just dirt. Right now, it is concrete. What I carry in here is dirt from my family's land, shards of trees. This is something that I have carried for protection and strength to endure and survive this. This is something I will continue to survive and endure. This is something my family has had to survive and endure. I need all of you to be open to conversations. I want you to know the history that I carry and will forever carry. I invite anyone to reach out to me and come talk. You can come talk to me and I will share my truths. I will share my family's truths and my family's stories. These are important and must be heard. The history of this road, the history of my family, these will be known and these will be shared. The legacy of this will always, I will always do my best to make sure that the legacy of this involves my family's story and that the women, my grandmothers that came from that land, that their stories are also known. Today is not a good day. Today is not a day to be shaking hands and smiling. Today is a sad day. My mom is probably at home right now crying. She's probably going to continue to be crying for the rest of the day and for who knows how long. This is something that affects my family, and I need you to know that. My family has been mourning for years. Please reach out to me. Please share this story that I'm sharing with you. With this, I leave a piece of me with the road.